Okay, welcome, good evening. I'm gonna continue what I did last time on the stream. I managed to get some stuff working there, so I was doing this thing to change between having one graph and multiple graphs. So last time I couldn't get this to work the way I desired. Like I couldn't get this to always turn on or off when I wanted, but I think it's now pretty okay. So now it's so that it shows the graphs based on these selections here. So if I want to have this thing that I have a different graph for each scale, it kind of like shows it if the scale is used by some if there's some indicator here that uses that scale. For example, there's this basically this red scale for these two, or this top right hand graph for these user emissions and average emissions. So if either of those is clicked here, it's on, but if I take both of them off, it should vanish like that. And if I put one of those on, it comes back. And also they have this order that it's always the same order if they are chosen. That this is given the highest priority, this is the second highest, this is third highest, this is the fourth highest, and so on. Yeah, but like one thing that's okay, I will need to add the population graph at some point as well, so that would be the fifth graph. But yeah, one annoyance here is that if I take out one of the graphs, it would be nice if this blank space, if it would be just, I don't know, this same background color that we have in the other graph. Or actually it would be even better if it had the background color of the app itself, this more this lighter gray than the but I think that's kind of like I don't want to get too much into that detail, but I think today I would like to make these graphs a little bit more readable. Right now it's they're still like quite heavily based on this graph here. I think it's actually, yeah, so or I've changed some of the fonts to be smaller that they fit, but now they have they become too small here that they're not easy enough to read. So I think some changes that have to be made is that I think we have to skip at least more of these past emissions, like make I think we need more horizontal space so that we have room for these titles. I think this is the issue here, that these are not really fitting these gonna go check something. Yeah, these are not fitting like I think like everything else, it's quite I can make this larger, this year titles here, but this is more tricky, I think, getting these larger. So I think for that to happen, I have like all the vertical space I need. That's not the problem. Whereas in this case, it's a little bit about that as well. But I think I just need more horizontal space, and that's I just have to, if I cut from here, and here also there's like empty space here also before all the data as well. So I think that's also. But I think I should maybe work on maybe like one of these graphs to begin with, maybe like the top left graph, and after I've made the changes, then maybe apply that to the rest of the graphs as well. Okay, I think it's this one here. So let's see how this is actually built. So I don't think there's actually no, I haven't set some like limits for the X. I thought I had set some, maybe in the bigger graph I have some oh, wait a minute. Actually, where is my bigger graph? Have I? Okay, it's here. Kind of like minimized it. Yeah, here I've set this kind of like X lim, so that's setting limits. So so I've used that kind of limit, but now I just have to. I'm just gonna copy this part here, and then I'm just gonna change those values in the graphs below. So here and what was it again? Mix and max. So we're gonna have mix to be, so if we go like 1990, and then we have I think we have to keep, maybe we could have a like yeah, I think it could be better to have like something like 24 there. This could even be, I don't know, 2000. But I will have to also I think I want to, I like the way that I have here, that I have the kind of like the first values of the system. So I think I would like to have this, but then I would also like to have the scale option here. I don't think I want to maybe necessarily have this indicator average thing. Maybe not even here in this main graph or whatever, this single view graph. I'm not sure if this is necessary. I'm also thinking that I could have it here as well as like one box here that it will tell the average. I think that could be pretty nice, or find some way to show it, or maybe have a little button here like to click like show averages, and then it would give here below this, like it would open a new row here that would show the average values. Yeah, not sure. So what was I doing? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna test now like how does this change after I've done this. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm not sure if we're it could be quite good, like, okay, we're losing all this stuff, but let's just remove that anyway. And once again, I'm in a little bit of annoyance with this, like having such a long, like I have all the code here in the same file. It's probably not very smart. Okay, this one here, yeah, this is about the scale, so I'm just gonna like bring this forward. So if we go like year 2000 here, and somewhere here we have those. Okay, here we have the average thing, and I think these are now the values for that, so we're gonna take those out, and this cost benefit blah 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 stuff also. So here all of this goes out. So yeah, one thing that is a little bit of problem at the moment is that if I had this on as a default, this multi-graph view, it doesn't work for some reason. But it would be also easier to test now if it worked, easier to kind of develop this further. Okay, and then we go to multi-graph view, and now we don't have any of that stuff here. We used to have, but now we have a little bit like too little space here for the. I think we need to make these smaller. Let's try like 1.8. So we're gonna want to have those. So whatever is that, it's I think it's trying to figure out like what I think it's probably this one. Okay, here I think. Or is this the last year? Yeah, I don't think that's it either. I don't remember like what's the year, what's the yeah, I should have better names for these, because now like what's the like I'm looking at like what's the okay, it might be something with the text, and it has to have like minus. Okay, yeah, it actually might be this one. Yeah, it's this. Okay, so here I just have to have here here it selects like what I think I have to add. I'm gonna first put this one here. So like that, and we take out this. So what I'm trying to do is get these first year values here. Okay, it's good. Okay, we just have to smaller size, like let's put 2 here, and now we get to play around with what would be the size of this one. I think it's not really different from doing it I don't think the view really matters if I have like, because if I have more than 2 graphs here, it makes it less tall, but I don't think it really matters, because this is about it's about how do I say, it's about the horizontal space and not the vertical space, so it doesn't really matter. So where are we with those? I think it's just here. So yeah, we'll be using like 1.4 here. So what if we get like 1.8? I think like one thing that's also gonna make this better is that at some point I'm gonna revamp this color scheme. So if I do that with kind of like readability first, because now you have this, you don't have enough contrast, especially if you look at this land use sinks thing and other like dark labels, they don't stand out enough from the background. And again, like here, I think the problem also with this very, how would you say, like vivid colors is that they are also don't stand out so well from the background. I don't really know like what's the thing here, like what's the explanation, but it just doesn't look right. It kind of looks somehow very irritating to look at, like these bright colors. I think like it's the same. And maybe not so bad if it's, well, yeah, it's a little bit like, it's not, somehow it's somehow very annoying to look at or read. I don't know. So okay, now we have a little bit bigger color, but it's a bigger font, but it could still be a little bit bigger. Let's just go with 2. How about that? Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good, but it's, of course, it's also starting to look pretty cramped, pretty like so what if we put a little bit more stuff there? So we get There's also this, is this empty space, is it from, I also didn't notice that we have this, like why do we, okay, we have the years, okay, we have to use the maximum year to get this, like truly test limits here. Yeah, this is pretty fine. We didn't have like earlier this gray line here to indicate the border, but I think it's kind of good. We need to have some border indicators. So let's put this. We have to put this a little bit more to the left. Let's try something like 1995. Of course, I think it might actually disappear now. It's not good. Okay. It's a little bit. I think this makes it a little bit annoying. Maybe that now, like this value here, 41.8. It's a lower value than this 40.1, but this 40.1 is it's yeah, that's it's above, even though it's like a smaller value, but because this is kind of like it's supposed to signify what's the value of this line here, so I don't really want to put it directly on top of the line, so that makes it a little bit jarring and like a little bit hard to read. I don't know what to do. I'm also thinking that, like, should we need do we need some labels here or something? And would it still be better that when there's only two graphs that we wouldn't utilize the whole height, but they would just be like, it would just cut from here and then this space below would remain empty or something like that. So actually thinking that it could be down here. Let's see here, because these are now the systems for how. So if we put with this, we put here. No. We put here just two empty things. But maybe this is not, I don't know if this is good solution in the long run and it doesn't work. Oh. There should be a length to here. C3NA. What's going on? So I'm gonna remove these ones. No, it doesn't work for some reason. Maybe if you do use like if you use two NAs, if your row consists only of like these NAs, maybe it's just ignored or something. I can make I'm gonna make an empty plot here. So what if it's just like that? can actually I'm gonna bring this up on the screen. So it's this one, I think. No. Oh, it's from here. Okay. So how to make empty plots? I don't want to add label. Just again. Okay, I can maybe remove. Okay, just try. Maybe try something like this. Let's take this out. Null color. I might need to pick up from. Are there like some? Yeah, this background color. I think I need to pick it up from here. So would need to add this to the theme element. Yeah, I don't think we want that one. Just but if we just go something like that, and okay, here we define this plot. And now we may have to make it into this group element or whatever. So here, and here if we then put that here and here as well. So let's see. Go to multiple graphs. No. X must be atomic. Let's try to put these still back on. I wonder if it's because of this, or is it because of this, or what's going on. X must be atomic. Oh, okay, yeah, actually it's not. Yeah, it's just like a wrong place to think about it. So, if we have to, I think like if the length is 1, that's fine. Okay, so these are, you cannot put these here, these are just like the so let's try again, because you can just use numbers here. You have to put, I have to put it here like that, because this is the list that defines what's printed out there. And I don't do here that like I start from this and then I add to that list like those things that are in there. So now I'll just have to add for the, so plot list is plot list, and then gplot and gplot, and we'll have to change it to here as well. So here we only add 1. Okay, let's try this one. No. Gplot. It's here. Gplot is ggplot. I still wonder if there's something wrong with this. It's kind of like missing argument or something. I'm not sure. So what if we, like this should work fine. Yeah, that works. But okay, this has to be a list element. So let's see, okay, list G, okay, like that. Maybe. Okay. Now it seems to work. So let's try that we put carbon texting here. Yeah, so now we have this one empty thing here. Yeah, I still think we need more space in here. Yeah, I just wonder, maybe the trickiest one is this. If you think about these maximums and whatevers, like this one, like if I don't have the scale here, if I would only have the values at the beginning and the end, it would be hard to see like what's the, because it would be nice to see for the viewer like what's the maximum value. Like with these other ones, you can see that the maximum value is either at the beginning or at the end. Like in these cases it's at the beginning, and in this case it's in the end, like this carbon tax. But with this one there's usually this reverse U shape that the maximum value is it's somewhere in between. And so you think that you think about like removing this 722 and 361, and then it's like hard to get. Also, I think it could be nice to keep these. If I have them on this one, it would be easier to make the connection to this one again, like between these. If I have these scales here, because I'm still not so sure about the scaling, but I think the scaling makes sense because of these differences in the, because there are so many scales that it kind of like needs to be addressed here. So yeah, a little bit more space somewhere. Because right now I don't think I think that the size of these, it's getting quite close to like the size of the ones in here in the left hand side. But yeah, this is like one problem again, like because I think it's pretty cool that I can have here in the bottom this year slider, and now it's not like totally synchronized now. Like it's supposed to work so that it stretches like 2100. It's the end point is here where there's this line, and the start point is here where there's this line, so that it kind of like matches. But this is currently not the case. So, and now again, like here, it's a bit tricky. I've been thinking about like how like I could have four different of these, and maybe so that they would update if one of them is updated, all the others must update as well, because otherwise it's not really gonna work. I don't know. But I could also just have one, but then it kind of like loses the appeal that it's, because you cannot then it wouldn't work like this the way it has. So let's fix some more of these fonts and stuff, and maybe something else, I don't know. Here I could also be a bit more flexible about where do I draw the line for, or how big are these negative values. So I think, but it's a little bit tricky because it would be nice to have the 0 at the same level in all of the graphs. I think that would help the readability of the whole thing, or kind of like this comparison. Your eye kind of like locks onto the level, but I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. Okay, let's get back to the fonts. Let's try to make this first graph as good as possible, and then we can maybe emulate to the other graphs. Yeah, maybe it's here. Okay, this has to be like 2 or something. Then there's this start and this. So if we put these for 2 as well. Yeah, now it looks kind of weird because this is so high up here that I wonder if I should somehow have this. With this one it's kind of okay. Here also maybe I wonder if I could somehow get this like so that it's above these values, but it cannot be too high up because otherwise there might be those cases where it's kind of overlap with these. So maybe if I just leave enough buffer, but then it becomes a problem if I have if I use, for example, this carbon tax, which goes to basically full height here, and also like some of the, if I have yeah, this, okay, if I let's also like have this like high population, so then like one of these is already gonna get pushed higher, but I don't know, maybe like this is not so, maybe this could work. So if it's kind of like this distance, so this would be like 5, or not 5, maybe like, okay, maybe like 5 like vertical height from the max value. Okay, let's try. Where do we have? Now I have to remember like what's the, okay, the dots. What's the last value thing? It's probably dot C. No, it has to be, no, not the last value, but well, the last. Well, anyways, it's the dots C. So this, it's like this data here in the, I think. So we are gonna use that info. And then we go to this year. Where's the year thing? it should be somewhere around here. Okay, it's here. So okay, we are also using the dots, of course. Yeah. So y should be max +5. So it takes the highest of these selected values and then +5 to that. So let's see how this works. Okay, now it's here, you see, but it's yeah, this is a bit too low. Let's try like 7, but now I have the fear that it's gonna it's soon gonna mess up with that one. I'm gonna like yeah, that's better. So I wonder if that's like enough buffer that there's very rarely gonna be any, but the cluttering might get pretty bad at some points. Okay, maybe it's not gonna be bad if there are if I have these. Yeah, it's just I wonder if it's still like a. Let's put like a. There would have to be some distance also, because now you're gonna get the feeling that this is just for the carbon text. So I think you need some more some kind of like detachments from the highest value, I think. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. So now if we add these, it's gonna just check that how much it's gonna overlap with the. If we add the population. Yeah, I think this is quite good. So we can just have this one. Yeah, this seems pretty low. I think like there's more. There's a little bit more cluttering here, or it gets, because the fonts are a little bit, like in the relative terms, they're a little bit greater somehow here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the wrong one. I wonder like how tricky it's gonna be in the end to try to place this. I wonder also like would it look good here on the top of everything instead of here on the bottom? Then it could be maybe easier to make the connection between these start years and carbon neutral years if the selector is closer to them as well, but I think it's also kind of like a tradition that this kind of selection thing is always at the bottom, or so this could be yeah, maybe not such a good idea. So what is next? Yeah, I'm wondering like, do I need labels for these graphs? So because they are or is it kind of like self-explanatory enough? Like what's in the graphs? I don't know. And it would be also maybe hard to come up with relevant kind of like graph names for these graphs. So maybe not a good idea. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna need to have there's this line sizes, so I need to have those a little bit less visible or something, I don't know. So if we go here now, is this plot 2? One choice that's also gonna have to be made at some point, or is this gonna be like the main view, or is the multi-graph view gonna be the main view? I'm kinda like maybe leaning on this one, but I'm not sure. It could be like nice thing to get some feedback on, like what's better. think I might also have to change to make everything fit better. I might like change this average to AVG or something. Some change that I have to make. Could make something a little bit shorter. Some things. I think for this I need some kind of like borders, like a little bit more clearer borders and more borders than just this behind a bit, like between here. Yeah, one big thing that I've also been thinking about is whether to use the fixed page option. So that would let's see what we have here now. We have the dashboard page, but is there inside this, is there yeah, that fluid row. I wonder if I'm using sport body. Is it possible to use? I suppose it's possible to use with this one. Fixed page. Oh. But maybe it wouldn't help to have just a fixed layout. I would maybe need to. I think maybe even more important would be to have the graph size. I think that's more important. So let's see where we have here. Like here, width is auto. So what if we change this? If we change this to something like 1000, can you use like px? Is that, I don't know if that's correct. So now if you make this smaller, what happens? Okay, it doesn't work. It might be that I have to change it in here. So no, okay, here I think here it's only controlling the height What if I have here also width? I'm not sure if the oops, what did I do? I'm not sure if the 1000 px, it's just something that I remember that it could be oops, like it could be something that you can use, but I'm not sure. I'm just thinking that what's the point? Like does anything work here? Oh, now it seems to keep. So what if we make this bigger? Yeah, now I think it's kind of like keeping its size. What about the height? Yeah, it's okay. So now it would be nice to see how this handles like in the mobile. Would be like this. Yeah, this could actually be. Just have to figure out like what's the. Or could you have something like that? That it would increase up to a certain point, but after that it would there would be some maximum limit to up to which it can increase or something, I don't know. But this doesn't work with if I want to have this kind of flexible or maybe it could work, but I don't know. I don't think it's very plausible to get it to work. Yeah, this is kind of like a choice here to be made, that do I want to hold on to this I'm still thinking that what if I have here, what if in the other place I have, what happens now if I have here auto and the other one has 1000 pixels. So what's gonna happen now? Okay, it doesn't. It seems to take it from the other place. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is better. There could also be some kind of maybe both the maximum and the minimum value for the, like if it goes too small. But if it goes small, it's kind of reasonable to. Yeah, if it goes too small, it's kind of reasonable that there would be a minimum there also, because then the text just gets too difficult to read, and I kind of would want to have it so that it. But if I want to have it look same in the mobile, then I think I would have to. Yeah, the whole mobile thing is still also a big thing, that do I want to, how much do I want to focus on making this more mobile friendly. Yeah, I'm wondering like what to do now. Should I still do something on the stream? Like, yeah, one thing would be that I could copy this stuff to the other graphs here, but yeah, I'm not sure. Also, I think that could be a little bit more elegant way to do this. Like just, I don't know, something that would cut this. Yeah, again, I like thinking about what to do, like little bit longer run. It would be nice to have maybe in the early next month or something like that, a new version of this thing published, and I'm just wondering like what stuff do I want to have for that new version. Because one thing I've been thinking about is hosting this on DigitalOcean instead of where it's currently at this Shiny Apps thing, so it would be nice to test that one. And the other thing is that yeah, I might want to have a GitHub site, or what do you call, repository or something for this project. That would be kind of nice to have also in the next publication. But I think with both of those cases it might be better to just look into that stuff off the stream. I also wanna like, do I want to have these some of these info cards. Do I want to have some info on them, or is that still like a low priority? I kind of like have to identify what stuff at the moment is required for the next edition. But yeah, those are like at least some of I think at least I want to have this multi-graph view to work, and I wonder if like there's some of this country stuff is already involved here. I wonder if I want to have this. This doesn't really work yet, like, but this is also one thing that's quite a big thing. So I don't know. Do I want to include that yet? But it would be, I don't know, it would be nice to get some feedback from that, and it's been a big thing that I've been, there's lots of stuff there already that's kinda ready, but it's not very well in a very like presentable state maybe at the moment, so So should I try to get that up and running? And regards to that, like, do I want to get that stuff on the? Do I want to get that on this graph, or do I want to have and these graphs, or do I want to have separate graphs for that stuff? I think there's some quite big complications there if I want to have it inside this graph. Like at least one being that it has to I need to get that stuff, and I'm not sure if that's so hard. Okay, there would be some complications in, like, I would have to, how would I get it in the same data structure as these guys are here? I wonder if that would make it this like just super heavy. And it's already like it's yeah, I don't know. But they make the app, like if we play around with this country specific stuff, it already makes the app like super heavy. So I don't know if it's just, if it will really add to that problem, or would just like be some part of it. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Teemu. Yeah, I kind of hope it. And regarding the complications, like I want to make this. It has kind of like two target audiences. Like other one is kind of like people who are involved in this stuff, and kind of know about this, like some like carbon budget models, and like have some idea on like how the carbon tax would work, like some kind of. So this could be some kind of modeling tool maybe, but also for the wider audience, I would like to, like, because it's a very complicated thing, like that I'm trying to, a complicated message that I'm trying to make here, or kind of like for this system, or so it's at least kind of like one mission is that if the user will take the time, especially if we use this, if we have like some of these, like we're gonna have like some of these info boxes everywhere here, so that if you're like a regular person, you would get the idea, and like get the idea how this would affect you. So that's kind of is the goal. Of course, it's like very much in the a process now, but yeah. And also thinking like making some kind of written documents and some kind of video about how to use this thing. So it could be easier, I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but I think this is also could be a best way to, like, if it's a complicated message, but if I can make the UI experience good enough, so it could be an efficient way to, or good way to convey the message that I have. I don't know about how this kind of system would affect. But yeah, maybe at least the next version, it's still not gonna be very like friendly for the large audiences. I don't really think so. I don't think I'm gonna kind of write these info boxes, for example, for the next version. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm not really sure like what task to go on. I don't really want to be. I could like copy this to the rest of these to make them more clear as well. But I'm still like some things maybe here still that I'm not sure like how I want to present them. So I don't really want to. So if I have to modify this and then I have to do like double or like 4 times the work, so I kind of want to like have more certainty on how I want to show this stuff, and then just to do it after that. But I think this like example graph, I think it's gonna starting to seem like quite readable. I'm gonna try a little bit thing here if it goes smaller. Obviously, like this wouldn't come here on top of it. It's yeah, there could be a minimum here on how small this can get. No, because now there's beginning to be some kind of overlap here as well, so it doesn't. And here, I don't think this performs well if it goes too small. So it could be good to have like a minimum size for it. I think it's even more important than with this graph here to have the minimum size here. I think we had the setting that it was set to, yeah, it's set to this minimum size. I'm gonna actually do that now. So let's set is it here? Yeah, there's also this one, but I don't. Okay, this seems a bit weird. Like, why do I have here to be this width? I don't really get it. So let's put like I wonder if this works. So now if we go here, will it stay? I think we might have put this on the wrong place, so let's try to put it. I wonder if it causes any issues that it's in. Oops, I need to have oh, okay, yeah. If I have no, this is about height. This is in totally wrong place. So let's try here. Okay, let's actually go here. Now it's giving me nothing. This is the wrong place for this. It'll be fine. Missing comma. Like there's the comma in here. Can't I have it in here as I have it there? So what if we just keep it the same? I don't even have it anymore. Like what's it? What are you complaining now? Oh, there's somewhere else, there's some problem. Unexpected symbol. Is this like an old error? Okay, let's try to put this again. Yeah, I don't know, there's some kind of weird thing like before there that it just didn't believe. I don't think it's working yet. So let's try to put this. Height is come on. Could it still be that there's the problem in here? I have it. It's the same right here now. So here they have it in the render UI, and it's just like width is 1000 px. So it's not in the render plot. And now I have it like, I have it exactly the same. God damn. But it doesn't respect my choices. I'm gonna see. So let's try again here to put 1000 px. That. No. That's quite interesting. Why is this? What about if we go larger than? Yeah, it's still taking up. And this one has kind of like, it has the hard limits here. Maybe I should also I should maybe make this thing also to have some kind of fixed widths or maximum widths or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna go and take this up there and see if there's something that I'm missing that's different for this one. So render UI plot width, then there's comma here, output plot 2 width, yeah. Huh. Oh, it's I wonder if there's something with this being plot 2. I shouldn't use that term here actually in the because okay, it gets plot 1 here and we call it plot 1. It's just okay, it's render plot. Yeah, we should just use, I don't know if this could be any issue, but here let's just use here plots and here plots. So this S plot 2 wouldn't then be like it used these plots, because I think because I'm also using the name plot 2 for this particular part of this plot, so I think that could, I wonder if it's possible that's causing some confusion. Okay, here we go. We get this 2-1. And we go. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. I'm gonna put this read thing back here as well. I think it helps, but plots bits. Why do you have to go like that? Okay, I'm gonna get quit for this time. I'm gonna, let's see if I find an answer to this at some point, but it's annoying, like, and it's clear that it works for the single graph, but it doesn't work for some reason for this kind of like composite graph. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a